Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be looking at different questions that require you to analyze some histograms about different populations to understand what's going on with the distribution of those traits, the variations present, and more importantly, how the two graphs and histograms compare to one another. So we're going to go over some of these questions, how to go about analyzing the graphs, and then as always, hopefully get some practice in. So if you notice, we have two graphs here that deal with the number of cheetahs. And those cheetahs have different spot sizes from small to large. And then histogram 1 obviously has a different variation in distribution versus histogram number 2. Now, we're not going to really say a whole lot. We're really just going to dive right into the question before we analyze how to go about answering this question. So let's go ahead and look at the question and answers first. So first question, which population, 1 or 2, has a larger distribution of the highest variations? Hopefully we understand all the vocab involved here, but obviously our answers are graph number 1, graph number 2, or is it C? Both graphs have the same distribution for that answer. So which population has the larger distribution of the highest variation? Do you think it's A, graph 1, B, graph 2, C, graph, or is it both graphs for answer C? Go ahead and pause the video to analyze the graphs, analyze the options available to you, and then obviously dive into our question number 2 here and put A, B, or C in there. Pause the video now because the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be the answers. Let's see what you got. All right. What'd you get? A, B, or C? Well, if we look at our distribution here, graph 1 has distributions of traits only within variation 2 through 9. So it's actually missing 1 and 10. Versus the second graph here has some level of distribution, whether it's low or whether it's high, in all 10 of our variations. So if we're looking at which of these has a larger distribution of the highest variations, well, our highest variations are going to be 8, 9, and 10. So in this case, it's going to be graph number 2. So the letter B was the correct answer. Obviously, the variations and distributions are different from both graphs, but here it's asking about the largest distribution of the highest variation. That's the key, highest variation. So hopefully we got that right. If not, hopefully we understand what we did wrong and how to correct it. If you have questions, reach out to me. Otherwise, good luck with the rest of our questions.